Now let's talk about space or ecological niche. In real life, everybody needs his or her own space, else there will be trouble. That is the same thing with birds. So, your broilers or your growth, meat and weight, yes, but you owe them to a lot of care, which is husbandry. Now, one of the most prerequisites or most important requirements that you need to give to them is space. You must make sure it's correct. If not, they will suffer growth retardation. They will suffer growth stagnation. Sometimes you see that they will not be growing well. You are giving them enough food, you are giving them enough medication, they are not sick, but they are stunted. They are not growing the way they are supposed to grow. So that could be as a result of overcrowding when they are not getting enough space. Now, let's hit this properly for you to understand. Now, in a normal setting, when you are using an incarceration system, which is like when you are using a poultry system, not a free range. Now, what you need is that at their 0 age, which is day 1 to day 15, what they require is about 0.97 square feet per bird. That is, when you calculate 0.975 square feet per bird, that will inform you of the space you need to give them to brood or to grow at their earliest stage of life when they are still small. Understand? Now, when they are growing, that space will no longer be enough for them to live in. It becomes too tight for them. So they find it difficult. Instead of using the energy or the nutrients they have gathered from the food that they have eaten to grow and amass flesh, they rather spend it, battling for supremacy, battling for wellness and for comfort. This is the comfort you are supposed to provide for them. Since they can't get it from you, they are battling for it. So they now spend their energy, their nutrients, everything that they've gotten from the food that they've eaten, they spend it battling for comfort. But if you have provided this comfort to them as a farmer, they don't need to bother themselves looking for the comfort of space. They just relax and then build the meat out of the nutrient that they've gotten from the food and the medication that they have taken. So in order to control this, you need to ensure that you follow a proper spacing chart for them. Now, the normal spacing chart for day 0 to either 15 or 21 days is 0.97 square feet per bird. So what that means is, mathematically, when you calculate a space, make sure that the number of birds you have multiplied by 0.97 square feet is equivalent to the space you are giving them. That is to say, 0.97 square feet multiplied by 100 birds that you have. That gives you the average space you need to have to raise those birds from 0 age to 21 days of age. Now, as from day 15, you have to calculate again 1 square feet per bird, or 1.2 square feet per bird. That is, every single bird require a space of 1.2 square feet now. So for instance, you have 100 birds, multiply 100 by 1 square feet, which is 100 square feet is what they require now, at least. Now, as they grow from day 21 and above till the pot is calling them to the table, what you need for them now is a minimum of 2 square feet per bird. I know a whole lot of people are asking this question on my comment section every time. What space do I need to raise so number of birds? What space do I need to raise so number of birds? So now you've got the answer. 2 square, at least you can have 3 square feet per bird, depending on the space you have in your own poultry farm. So, but 2 square feet is standard. It's an international standard that you need for every single bird to raise them to maturity. So when they have this enough square feet, they have the comfort. You've been able to meet up with part of the comfort that they need. Before you start talking about temperature regulation, water availability, food availability, medication, and everything. So all that make up your animal husbandry activity. But basically, spacing is key. When you miss it in the area of spacing, maybe you are constrained by what space you have or whatever, problem will start. Stuntedness will occur, except you are able to redeem them out of that little space they have before you now start feeling the joy of them improving their size. It's not like you are throwing your money into the high sea. You just put in money, you feeding them, and they are not giving you appreciable weight. Now, from this little analysis, it is clear to us now that you can actually face the art of raising a certain number of birds with clear understanding, with clear knowledge. Now, for instance, you want to raise 1,000 birds, for instance, you now know what to do. You know that the maximum or the standard space requirement for you to mature your birds or your broilers is 2 square feet per bird. That is, when you want to raise 1,000 birds, you have to consider 2 square feet per 1,000 birds, which is 2,000 square feet that you need as a poultry building. Now, if you cannot build a structure that amounts to 2,000 square feet as a single structure, you can split it into poultry blocks. As a block of building to take care of a certain amount among that 1,000 bird, and another one to take care of another set, and another one to take care of another set. This brings me to also sharing this knowledge with you guys. Now, if you plan your farm to have a maximum capacity of 1,000 birds, I would advise you not to stock all birds at the same time. So you need to adopt a system of stock spacing. Understand? Season succession, right? So in order to create a kind of succession style of farming, that is, if for instance you have 1,000 birds in plan, now you want to do it, you may want to do it as a 4-stage succession. That is to say, you need to start by stocking 250 at first, brood those ones to about 3 weeks of age, and then introduce new stock again, while these first sets that are already 3 weeks of age are, less problematic, and then they are occupying their own section. Now brood another 250, and so on and so forth till you hit your 1,000 target. Now that you have hit your 1,000 target, what this system that I'm explaining to you is going to help you achieve is consistency in your output. Yes, your product will always be available anytime your customer places a call across to you. You need a period of time to, sell them off. Probably 1 to 2 weeks or 3 weeks to sell them off, so that as soon as those ones are already going out, another set that you have reintroduced 3 weeks at a younger stage than these sets that are going will be also available for the market. This will help you to continue the chain of reaction. Anyway, if you are interested in inviting us to your farm to teach or to train your staff on some standard ways of raising or taking care of your poultry bird in an organic way, DM us on our Twitter and also on our Instagram at Obilu TV. You can see them on the screen there. We will be glad to visit you, and if you also want us to set up farm for you, we've been doing those projects here and there across the nation. Just also DM us. We will, discuss business with you. Thank you very much. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. We love you.